If you've ever been interested in doing thread painting and free motion embroidery, but you don't know how to get started, you don't even know if you've got the right machine, here is what you need to know. Here we have a really basic Janome sewing machine. This is a domestic machine. There are a lot of other brand names out there. They're all fairly similar, and most newer machines have a way to be able to do free motion embroidery, and I'm going to show you how. One of the things that you need to know about is the feet that we have here. This is the special foot for the sewing machine that is just regular running straight stitch, and underneath these feet are these little teeth, and these teeth are called feed dogs. And the feed dogs for free motion embroidery, we don't want to have those there. So on this particular machine, it has this nice little sewing table, which is super helpful. And I pull that off, and around the back of the sewing machine, there is a little lever that raises and lowers these feed dogs. So now that we're looking at these feed dogs here, when I run the sewing machine right now, the teeth come up, and you can see them right in here, these little teeth that are here. We don't want those there when we're doing free motion embroidery. So there's a lever on the back that drops those out of the way. There might be a button or a lever on your machine, but you want to make sure that those feed dogs are not actually engaged. Some machines also have a little cover that can go over the top of these. So you need to check your manual and see how that works on your sewing machine. The next thing that you need to be able to do is change the foot. This is a regular straight stitch sewing foot, and we're going to get the free motion embroidery foot that will go on here instead. The other part of changing the foot from this machine, you can pop this off, but I still need to be able to actually attach the foot. There's a little screw, set screw on the side here, which I've already loosened with a screwdriver, and that has to actually be pulled out and off. So you're going to take that entirely off and move that out of the way, and then you're going to attach your free motion foot. Once you've removed your straight stitch, you're going to get out your darning foot or your free motion foot, which usually looks something like this. Sometimes it has a spring on it. Different machines have different looking feet for them, so you need to check with your manual to see what kind of foot comes with yours. Some of them don't automatically come, so you may have to order one for your machine. They're a fairly standard item in most sewing stores, and it is called a free motion foot or a darning foot. And it gets inserted onto your machine, and your feed dogs are down. So now that you have your free motion foot set up on the sewing machine and you've threaded the machine properly, you're going to need to play with your tension in order to make sure that you've got it right for thread play. It's a little bit different than what you might use for regular sewing, and it's often a little looser on top than it is on the bottom. I have my tension set at around 3 on the top, and you would like to have it so that the thread pulls to the back just a little bit, so you can see a little bit of a pick mark. I use 2 different colors of thread to be able to make sure that my tension is right while I'm testing that out. If you're taking a class with me, I will walk you through figuring out your tension and making sure that it's adjusted so that you're going to sew and be happy with your sewing. It's something you got to play with though, and you may also have to actually adjust the tension in your bobbin in order to get the tension set right for doing this kind of work. It is a little bit different from regular sewing. So that's it. You've got the right foot on, you've got your feed dogs down, you've checked your tension, you've got the right needles. Now all you have to do is start playing. You have to figure out your motion, how fast you're moving the fabric underneath the needle, and how fast the needle's moving. It takes practice, takes a bit of time, but have fun. Happy stitching.